Hi everyone, thank you so much for sitting in and listening to our presentations today. My name is Liz Jones and I'm majoring in graphic design and studio art.
My name is Katie Smith. My major is mechanical engineering with minors in materials, aerospace, and music.
And my name is Nate Shields-Auble. I am majoring in sustainable foods and bioenergy systems with a focus on agroecology.
And this is our project, Royal Disposables, which is a hemp-based solution to our growing plastic problem. To explain the why behind our project, we're going to start off with a quick video from lovely National Geographic. Sadly, America's growing plastic waste crisis threatens the health of our planet as production keeps growing year after year. COVID-19 has posed an even bigger threat as there has been a huge resurgence of single-use plastics, as well as households generating up to 50% more plastic waste than before the pandemic. Single-use plastics include plastic bags, straws, and many products within the medical field. With a large spike in disposable masks comes a devastating amount of waste and threats to natural ecosystems, as they can take around 450 years to biodegrade. This plastic pandemic caused our group to search for a hemp alternative to disposable masks. Our specialized hemp resin applications could also be used to replace products ranging from plastic bottles to toys to even car parts, changing how we know plastic today. Hospitals are filled with single-use plastic items due to them being cheap, durable, and easily tossed out in order to create a sterile environment. The environmental nonprofit Healthcare Without Harm estimates that the healthcare industry contributes over 4% of the world's emissions, and there isn't a foreseeable solution to the plastic waste. Our hemp resin would be able to be applied to almost all disposable medical supplies, such as exam gowns, plastic gloves, shoe covers, and first aid supplies. For our project, however, we'll be zooming in on face masks and how these would most realistically be produced. As of 2019, the disposable medical products market was valued at $248 billion. This market is expected to grow at an annual rate of 16.7% from 2020 to 2027 due to increased surgical procedures, hospital-acquired infections, COVID cases, and chronic diseases. If we don't provide a solution to this increase, our natural ecosystems will continue to suffer. This increase is where we come in, as it provides a great opportunity for a strong jump into the market for our sustainable replacement. Our hemp resin is applicable to all disposable medical supplies, however, it doesn't stop there. Hemp resin has the potential to replace any commercial polymer used to make plastics. I will now pass it off to our engineer Katie to explain manufacturing and material aspects.
The production of disposable masks uses the manufacturing methods called spun bond processing for the outside layers and melt blown processing for the middle layer. The processes can be seen in the diagrams. Spun bonding is a process by which fabrics are produced directly from a thermoplastic polymer, such as polyester, nylon, polypropylene, or polyethylene. The molten polymer is extruded through a spinneret, cooled slightly in the air, and laid on a moving conveyor belt to form a continuous web. As the web cools, the fibers bond. Versus melt blowing, which is a conventional fabrication method of micro and nanofibers, where a polymer melt is extruded through small nozzles surrounded by high-speed blowing gas. The randomly deposited fibers form a non-woven sheet product applicable for filtration. The most common material used for disposable face masks is polypropylene, which takes 450 years to break down. Our desire is to change that by replacing it with Montana-made resin polymers using the company Hemp Plastics out of Colorado. The company specializes in creating hemp resin that is earth-friendly and custom. The produced polymer beads could then be used to create the mask. Due to the method of manufacturing, it is extremely cheap to produce, and using our polymer, it will create a much cleaner environmental footprint. As for the other parts of the mask, such as the ear bands and nose wire, we could replace them with hemp-made products. Using the right type of hemp plastic, the nose wire could be replaced with a thicker piece of flexible plastic that is bendable to allow for it to mold to the nose. As for the ear strings, they could be made with a cotton hemp blend fiber of some sort produced by hemp traders in California. If given the opportunity, we could provide hemp and find a U.S. cotton supply for them to produce the strings. Once those are placed all together in the assembly line in the manufacturing process, ultrasonic welding would finish the production by pressing them together to create the final product and distribute them in mass quantities. The opportunity of using hemp for medical supplies, especially masks, will revolutionize the use of disposable supplies. By replacing all parts of the mask with the form of hemp product, we can reduce the waste and give back to the environment. The masks would become compostable and eco-friendly, which would reduce the microplastics that are being produced in the environment with the current disposable masks. Our masks take 3 to 6 months to break down, comparatively to the man-made material masks that take 450 years to break down. The use of hemp would not only benefit the environment but the consumer as well. Hemp naturally is 4 times stronger than cotton, 3.5 times stronger than polypropylene, and has antimicrobial properties, and is resistant to certain bacterial growths such as MRSA strains. Cannabinoids have been studied and observed to stop or slow growth of bacteria, along with helping with viral activity that causes humans to get sick. However, hemp still will break down and biodegrade due to its cellulose-based structure, which is perfect since these masks are meant for single or short-term use. These aspects are needed in the mask market, especially during COVID and in the medical field. For prototypes, we started with using our hemp materials that were provided by the class to produce what our vision was, or at least the idea of it. It was created with plastic bags, hemp canvas, and hemp straps, as seen in the picture. The second rendition was made with a thin 3D printed sheet to simulate our spun bond material, also seen in the picture. But at the end of the day, our final product will be just like any other disposable mask, to a T, except with hemp products instead of polypropylene plastics. We will have an added feature of having cute designs printed on them to help expand our target market. A few designs can be seen in the image that were designed by Liz. Next, I'll pass you over to Nate, who will talk us through some of the key players in our supply chain and the opportunities and challenges they present.
So in order to produce our masks, we are looking at 4 key players. We have hemp traders, hemp plastic company, Montana hemp farmers, and 3M. To produce our masks ear loops, we are looking to hemp traders, which is the largest supplier of hemp fiber products in the country. Based out of California, Hemp Traders engages in free and fair trade and follows many impressive environmental policies. However, almost all of their hemp supply is shipped in from China, so our goal will be to supply them with Montana hemp in order to transition into a more locally sourced product. Next, the Hemp Plastic Company, based out of Colorado, produces the hemp oil polymer that will replace the outer plastic material of the current disposable masks. While we are currently waiting to hear back from them, our goal is to supply them as well with Montana-grown hemp. The final player in the production of disposable hemp face masks are Montana hemp farmers. By creating another sales outlet for Montana hemp farmers, we are boosting the viability of the industry. The next step of the process is the actual production stage, where we create our final product. Our biggest hurdles at this step are large-scale production and actually acquiring the machinery to create our product. Our best opportunity is to team up with a large company that is already a prominent player in the medical industry. We believe that partnering with the company 3M would open the doors. 3M already has a factory in Aberdeen, South Dakota, so this would serve as an easy starting point. We love that 3M has a mission of sustainability and wants to change the world. They have the resources and we've got the ideas. To connect with a large company that wants to better the world creates the opportunity to change it together. What better method than to provide a green product made in America by Americans with Montana-grown hemp? Nevertheless, there are some obstacles and difficulties with using hemp for disposable face masks, the most important being the CDC mask tests. There are 5 tests that must be approved and passed by the CDC, which include bacteria filtration efficiency, particle filtration efficiency, breathing resistance, and probably the trickiest, splash resistance and flammability. Some other challenges we might face could be finding ways to manufacture the mask locally and sustainably, or having a large enough supply of Montana hemp. Royal Disposables are going to change what it means to throw something away. While we may start with face masks, there is no limit to the adaptation of hemp polymers into our disposable plastic supply line. Royal Disposables are also going to change what it means to grow hemp in Montana. Montana will be a pioneer in supplying hemp for disposable plastics production, the first in a big wave of new players. In addition, we are creating an example of sustainable production practices, local and environmentally friendly. We want to live in a world where our plastic waste naturally returns to the earth in 3 to 6 months. With your investment, we are going to take our wasteful, petroleum-based society and drag it towards a future in which we can all live happy and healthy lives in synergy with the earth.